Good morning, America. Today we are September 19th, and there goes my little baby lady. She's got a serious overbite, as you can see. Okay. You know, she knocked our door at 11 o'clock at night. And then Turi and I were very surprised to see her. And we thought, hey, what the hell is this? So I let her in. Oh my gosh, now look at her. She was deplorable. She was full of ticks. In fact, it took me over an hour just to get rid of all this because she's got a lot of fur, long hair. And she was full not only of ticks, but also fleas, dirty, smelly. You could see that she was not taken care of. And somebody just dropped her in the middle of the street, and then she came and knocked at my house. The next thing I know, the next day, Turi and I, we took her to the vet, and the vet says, oh, you know what, she's losing her teeth. And we were like, oh my gosh, she's losing her teeth. And he says, oh, don't worry, there's baby teeth. She's what, 5, 6 months old. And there she is. Lady, our baby, she's so smart, she's so beautiful. Look at those ears. She's a little French papillon. So I wanted to introduce you to my baby. All right, you go, baby. All right, so now today's newsletter is very, very, very special. So if you don't have the good habit to click on the link, I strongly, very strongly recommend you to do this today, and for good reasons. The title is SOS to the World, September 23rd, 2019. Okay, you have been warned. You know when I say that, what that means. And again, Dr. Turi did it. Today we had a 6.0 and a 6.2 magnitude earthquake. Because those windows always produce those 6 or above earthquakes magnitude. So we all know, you all know if you've been following me for a while, that my timing is impeccable. So let's see where we have. And again, remember, those dates were given in my last, I think in my last 2 radio shows. So the links are there, click in there, listen, have fun, and investigate my claims. All right, now, since the first superhuman joined and pay access to Patreon on the very same day we opened it, and after consulting Draco, of course, Turi and I, we have decided to start posting our next SOS to the World daily windows there. So you have to remember that this trusting person may also have questions to ask us about extraterrestrials, the future, the apocalypse, the overdue California earthquakes, the Yellowstone volcano, dream interpretation, omen, or anything under the stars, especially anything involving metaphysics, etc. So since she made a commitment to us and paid for it, Turi and I, we have to fulfill our responsibility and start to get Patreon alive. So 1 person or 1,000,000 supporters makes no difference to us because, you know, Turi and I, we are dedicated to offer full spiritual regeneration, guidance, and prediction, and give you answers and advice to all of our future prospects. So join us today. Patreon is open, and if you like and support our cosmic work, then you show it to us. It's only $5. All right. Yeah, same old story. You know, if you like if you like reading, and if you like to know what's ahead of you, you know, you're not going to get those newsletters anymore. All right. So I keep producing my regular YouTube videos, but, you know, the surprise is do not expect anything you heard before. It's going to be a bit special. You know, for me to go down to where all the people are, where humanity is, a degenerated society, infected mental attitudes, and on top of that, feeding you and the reptilians with an endless chain of depressive news, is understandably tough, and that doesn't appeal to everyone. I understand that. So maybe I should give you something more entertaining, something more rewarding, something that touches your heart. Maybe start to make those stupid videos. But I don't think Terania is going to stuff herself with spaghetti or eating shoes or God knows what. All right, so we're going to do what we can do to keep entertaining you and to, at the same time, further your cosmic consciousness. That's the goal. You know, again, while mastering the cosmic codes jurisdictions, God Cosmic Design, or Jesus Initial Cosmic Ministry, speaking to us via the sign that I translate for you every day through astrology. That is not for everyone. And this, sudden enough, can only attract a very, very curious and advanced superhumans. And there's not many of us out there. Believe me, there is no many superhumans. Just the way it is. So, again, not everyone is either interested or want to know about God's wrath upon earth. And not knowing, of course, that God is the immaculate, eternal source of love and light, and the sun, which is used by the draconists to regenerate us. And God can never be negative or impose death to any of his children. Meantime, the reptilians do, and you know that. Furthermore, it seems that learning and understanding Nostradamus' 16th century divine astrology methodology, which is offered regularly or has been offered regularly for within the last few months, and all the keywords associated with those questions, that may be a little bit too much for the millions of religious or atheist people making up the norm out there. So I understand that you're not into astrology, you're not into Nostradamus. You're more into something that you can assimilate, something that is more touching you directly, touching your heart, touching your future, and that's what we're going to do. So, are you prepared for the upcoming Reptilius Apocalypse? Is literally my last publicized full cosmic code newsletter, with the one you're going to read today, of course, because I had to explain all that to you. And some of you have a problem listening to me in my English, French, and some of you do better if there are visual by reading. So that's why I always add a newsletter with the video. So, as mentioned before, and once again, all my future SOS to the world deadly window and much more, of course, will be available on Patreon only to those who are able and willing to learn and benefit from my genuine cosmic teaching, and most of all, make a good use of my critical warnings of earthquakes or anything else that's ahead of us, that channel that Draco may want me to channel and offer you. So that can only be happening if you join Patreon. If you're a VIP of the Cosmic Code's private website, there is no need for you to join Patreon. Why? Because you already are getting the best of the best from Terania and I. Okay, you know, your personal guidance, daily guidance, various horoscopes, and everything we do on the Cosmic Code. We never go to Patreon. Patreon is a launching pad to stimulate a movement to start fighting the reptilians by being more positive. So I have to show the example, and by giving you a different type of information. Because when I point out the truth about certain people, some people that have been indoctrinated by those people, will not exactly like to hear the truth I represent. So I can dance on my head. I can give you all the information that you need to share my email with what happened with me and David. That's not going to change you if you Believe, if you vibrate at his cosmic speed, and if you support him, and that's okay, because this is how it is. I understand that. I don't want to offend anyone, and I'm going to try my best to make everybody happy and to give you all that you need. You know, it's like on the radio when I say to the radio host, there's nothing to plan on the radio. It will take a life of its own. And you got to understand, it's what is in for me, for people to come to a radio show. What is it I'm going to get from me? So that's why you have popular talking heads. I'm one of those that stimulate your mind, that change your mind, give you a conspiracy theory or give you the truth. And then again, if your UCI is advanced enough and you can relate to my work, so my truth will make sense to you. And if it does not, well, you're going to stay where you are until you come up to where I am. It's the way it is. It's like if you have a kid, you know, your kid will never be able to match your awareness, your intelligence, because you can only you relate to people because of your education, your intelligence, your experience, and most of all, your UCI, your stars. And with billions of people on this planet, no one of us has the same UCI. It's pretty much like your DNA. It's very unique. Your physical DNA are unique, and your spiritual DNA or your UCI is totally unique. And only those who vibrate at the same speed will attract each other. That's why you have religious fanatics. That's why you have atheists. That's why you have conspiracy theorists. That's why you have skeptics. That's why you have spiritual people. That's why you have all those groups. That makes the beauty of what it means to be human, enjoying this human experience on this dense physical world. Sure, it makes sense to you. Now, all VIPs get all the SOS to the world deadly window at the beginning of the month. So this way they can plan their trips ahead of time. Go on a cruise, travel, do anything that is protecting them as they are using our guidance and daily guidance and our prediction. So this save them trouble, tons of money, avoid suffering accident, or worse, suffer an untimely death. And that's the fact. All right. Meantime, even if you're a VIP, you may decide to join us, especially if you like direct interaction with this new group of truth seekers and learn more about asking your own question. You can learn about anything. So what I'm trying to say is the Cosmic Code is more of a private website where people go there and then read a very specific area, particularly the forecasts. We have various forecasts. So they dig into that. They love it. They sign up every year when the subscription is over. So it works. But there is no necessarily, it's not like Facebook where everybody talk. It's very, very private. It's made of a lot of highly spiritual, very intelligent people who can relate to my work, to my cosmic work, to Rania cosmic work. And they're decent people. Patreon is a different thing, I believe. So, it is for all of those people who have enjoyed me last few months or last few years and wants to still read about those predictions, those Nostradamus quatrains and all that I have done. And those newsletters are there on the internet forever. So it's important for every one of you to realize Patreon is a 24-hour platform which is attended every single day by Turi and I, and we are ready to feed your spirit and answer all your questions anytime. So you may be depressed, you may have a question about something. It's either you see a psychic, pay $35 or $100, or if you can afford it, say have a full life reading, pay $350, or top my service, throw me $700 and let Draco do his magical power, or pay $5 and still have something that is very worthwhile because it has my signature and Draco's values. So mostly remember the goal on Patreon is to build positivism, to offer hopes, cosmic consciousness, And most of all, work with the benevolent draconics so we can remove that nasty entity cursing humanity in our solar system. So I will talk about all this like I used to do, only on Patreon, not on YouTube. All right, now you will still have some links like always, but these will be bulletins. They will not be full cosmic code newsletters. They'll tell you what the title is all about and what I'm talking about, just a little teaser, so to speak. And then the good stuff, all the full information, direction, SOS to the world, whatever is going on will be on Patreon. So become one of us, join us. So what's news now? If I'm not going to do this, what's news actually? What are you going to do? Well, what I'm going to do is called Nostradamus Tarot for All Signs. And believe me, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. What we are launching is a kind of each sign of the zodiac tarot card of the day. And how does it work? Well, it's quite simple. But first, let me tell you a little story. When I do a UFO or any other conference for that matter, I always connect with a lot of curious people that are checking our booth, okay? Because our booth has various canvas. If it's a UFO conference, you're going to see the canvas with all the UFOs. And if it's more of a spiritual, natural healing or astrology, whatever it is, then I use different artwork. And those visuals are very magnetic, so they attract a lot of people. And that's where I sell my books and do my psychic services. I even do healing. Sometimes I bring my tarot table and do Kabbalistic healing. So there's a lot of things that I do out there. And the beauty of being versatile is to serve a lot of people. Sad enough, a lot of people think also that I'm only good at doing psychic or readings, and they have no idea of my UFO's experiences. So they don't know how much I can really offer with my unique slideshow. So that's a different story. So the first question these people usually ask is, Dr. Turi, how much is your reading? My answer is always the same. This should be your last question to ask, my friend. So they look at me like perplexed. What does he mean? Well, what I do is special, I said to them. And I channel an entity called Draco. So as you have in the newsletter, there is a succession of that magical orb or Draco when Draco entered my body in 2012 during the solar eclipse. So I explain that to them and I show them Draco or the orb coming from far away and then getting closer and closer and closer, then getting into my third eye and coming out of my heart, which is me serving the people. I have 6 pictures, but I only put 4 because the canvas is big enough. So once I have explained that, I tell them, may I have your permission to channel Draco and read you, so prove my claim, so to speak. They look at me like, that's interesting, that's different, that's special. It's somebody which is actually willing to show me before I spend money. So they always say, okay, go ahead. And believe me, when I start reading these people, tell them about their health, tell them about their relationship, tell them what type of career they're in, what they should do, where they come from. Oh, they're looking at each other, sometimes 2 or 3 people there, and then looking. They can't wait for me to take care of each one of those. So it's a little teaser. And as I said, it's very important to realize that psychics are real. Don't get me wrong. There is people that are true psychic that are gifted out there, but the Sunday psychic for sure will need much more help than you do. So it's such a very little thin hair between divine cosmic information and pure imagination. So I give them the proof that Draco is real. And how do I do that? The first thing I say is, okay, pull a card. So they're getting a tarot card, get their birth date, pull the card, and then I start to tell them 2 or 3 things. And once I'm done, I said to them, did I reach you? I mean, did Draco reach you? They look at me and you should see their faces like, how the hell, what even my mother don't know. So, yeah, Draco's DETI channel is truly phenomenal, and I'm so proud and I'm so happy to be able to channel that entities to service others, all the people that I get come close to. And always, believe me, they're all amazed. It's funny. So on that newsletter, that's one of the last newsletter, full newsletter that you're going to read, you're going to see a picture of Taranya sitting behind the table where I was doing some psychic reading in a conference. So yeah, and behind, of course, we have the tarot table. So those people, they usually sit after that in front of me by the tarot table, and you can see the tarot table in the newsletter. And they use their cell phone because I said there's no way that I'm going to do all those predictions and send you maybe 2 or 3, 4 years ahead of you, talk about your health, give you very specific universal laws that apply particularly directly to you, and waste that. You've got to have a cell phone. If you don't have a cell phone, I'm sorry, we have to do it on Skype. Here's my card, and call me after the conference, and let's do it on Skype, because those information are critical. So, I'm real. So most of the person have their cell phone, and then we go from there. So what's interesting is a little story that I have to tell you. But before anything, I tell these people, there is a rule, okay? Please do not interfere with the reading. And they said, well, what do you mean by that? I said, you are not allowed to talk. You have to do the listening, because I have more answers and you have questions. So they look at me like, whoa. Okay. And then, if you talk or ask questions, you're going to interfere with Draco channeling. And because I'm out there on the archetypal realm of supracosmic consciousness, it's very difficult for me to come down. Okay. And if in the conference it's too noisy, then I said, look, take my card. Your case is much too critical just to do it here. You need much more than a little tarot or a reading here. And the noise and all that stuff is no good. So take my card and call me. Some do, some don't. Those who do are supposed to meet me and get the right information. Those who don't, they just miss the boat, but they'll never know. They'll never know. That's just the way it is. That's me to know and them to find out, of course. The reality is they always comply, because Draco's revealings, healing, regenerating cosmic energy is extraordinarily powerful. And unless you test it yourself, you will not know. All right. Of course, there is no time limit in any of my consultation when I sit on Skype or in any of my UFO conferences, wherever I am. And in confirming the channeling with the Astro Tarot is exactly what they need. So I wish you could see the face of these people when I'm done. They are totally different. They are enlightened. They're fully regenerated. And when they hug me, or Taranya, I mean, you could feel their heart, boom, 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 like, thanks, Dr. Turi. Now, let me tell you that little story here. My last conference, I was there and I saw this old guy, 85-year-old guy, came to me and said, hey, Dr. Turi, oh my gosh, you did a reading for me in 1995. I was like, oh my gosh, how can this possible? He says, oh my gosh, I'm so glad. I couldn't reach you. I said, well, I have a website, I have a telephone. He says, oh, no, I'm 85, I don't do that. So he was so happy to see me again. It was like, seeing Jesus. So he says, I want another reading. I said, okay, no problem. Sit here. I'll get your phone. He said, oh, and the phone that he had is a flip-flop. The old guy. I said, I'm sorry, my friend. As much as I want to do your reading, I cannot do it if you don't have a recording device. It's too important. Then he downed on me and said, I'll tell you what I can do. I'm going to use my phone. I'm going to record it. And at home I have all the equipment. I'm going to
fire it up, record it on a 90-minute tape, and bring it back tomorrow. Is that okay with you? They say, hey, absolutely, absolutely. So I did the reading, and I said, you pay me when I give you the tape. He could have gone, but he's an old gentleman. They have, dignified, an old soldier, honest, real. Next day he was there with his money, his cash, and he was so happy to get that tape again. And how do you think that makes me feel? That was absolutely incredible. So we will launch this new regenerative Nostradamus Tarot for All Signs series on YouTube videos on September 28th, 7 p.m. Arizona time. That will be on the first day of the new moon. Okay. Those mini reading will also be something regular that we'll do once a week at the same time. We have yet to find out the date. We gotta yet find out how many of you are interested, which I'm sure a lot of you should be, because you're gonna get free mini reading. So we're gonna have also a chat. So that's where you're gonna be talking to Teranya, because she's gonna back me up when I do some mini reading, when I talk about UFO, answer your questions, whatever it is. Gonna be at least an hour or two more. I don't know just yet. We are launching this. Derek was telling me to do that. So life is a constant process of endless changes that you can't control. And then when Draco tells me to do something, I do it. So enough feeding the reptilians with all this negative news that depresses you, depresses me, depresses my wife. And then let's try to work a little bit more with the Draconis and giving you things that is going to make sense to you, the things that are going to be worthwhile to you, something that you're going to enjoy. So again, there are people that are tough enough, they can handle my teaching. They are interested in Nostradamus, 16th century divine astrology. They are interested in my tuition of astrology. They are interested in the SOS to the world deadly window. They are interested in the type of news that confirm the values of my quatrain and my keywords. So these people, I know there is a lot of you. Now the option is given to you, okay, to come to Patreon and kind of show me that you really, really support my work. It's not for the $5, It's just to see if how many superwomen there are out there, the real, true superwomen who are ready for things they cannot even imagine yet, things that the norm could never understand, accept, or realize, or even assimilate. Big time things that I cannot talk about. Yeah, being a chosen one is not for everybody, put it this way. All right, now, so next. Last time I was supposed to do that. Sad enough, I failed my words for good reasons, because what's the point of me starting to give you reading, to give you tuition, to give you information on UFOs when I'm going to be going in Los Angeles and do this on the Spiritual Awakening series with Dein Heiser, with Tom, Coast to Coast AM producer. We are doing that conference there. I'm going to be doing my slideshow. And as I said before, you read about my UFOs experience, you heard my UFO experience on many of my radio shows in the past, but nothing beat the slide presentation, because you see, you feel it, you're with me, you see the pictures. And then from there, once I'm done with the slideshow, then I do the introduction, how to use your inner power to create your reality. The future is the reincarnation of your thought. So tapping on the superconscious in time and space is an art, and I'm going to teach you how to do that. Not only am I going to teach you, but I'm also going to reach you with Draco. But the very last part of that meeting will be, we're going to dim the light, we're going to have the music going on, and then you're going to be sitting down, and then you're going to feel Draco working through you. That is something that you have no idea how interesting, different, unique, and worthwhile it is until you assist. So that's what's going on. That's going to take place on the 25th, which is a few days from now. You still have time to email Tom, to talk to Tom, leave him a message. You have his telephone. You have all the information on the newsletter. Okay. Then what's next after that? I'll be going to the UFO cruise. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait, because I will keep my promise to make everybody aware of the reality of Draco on that ship. I cannot say anything else, my friend. We still have rooms. Okay, you can share. There is also roommate type of deals if you don't want to be by yourself and pay a lot of money. So you have the link, ufocruise.com. Click on it, mention Dr. Turi, and then let me see you there. Okay, because this is exactly what I'm going to do in Los Angeles. I'm going to do it again on that ship. Then after that, I'm going to be going to San Diego. I'm going to be speaking at the Legion of Light, okay? And we're going to be doing a UFO Sky Watch. I actually picked up the date to make sure nobody wastes its time, because would it be the Draconis or the Reptilians? They can only enter our dense physical world through a uranic energy, which is the date that I picked and offered to William and Alma in San Diego. So we're gonna definitely see a lot of interesting things, and I'm gonna be doing again whatever I felt Draco wants me to do that night in San Diego. That's what we're gonna do. That's going to be sometime in October, no, in November the 3rd. So you can join us there. And before that, of course, I'm going to be going to that UFO cruise with all these big UFO speakers. I see a lot of them here. I recognize the old guys that I used to be with, like 1, 2, 3. All the others are pretty new in the game. They are new UFO speakers. I started in 1995, and all the guys that I was cruising the world with are dead. They are my age, or yeah, the age of the president. I'm actually 4 years younger than the president. So that's why maybe you want to join us in another conference. This one is the anti-aging getaway cruise. That will be, of course, taking place in March 2020. That's where I will show you how to heal yourself with your hand, with your feet. And I am going to show you with this in Nivea cream how to look younger and regenerate the atomic structure of your body, not only by using the superconscious, but by using the physical action. So it's going to be a very, very interesting cruise. So if you don't want to get old, or if you want to reverse the clock, join us. You have the number, join us and have fun. Joanna and I are going to have fun there. So this is what's going on. And then again, to those who are in Australia out there that are watching me, I will be joining you sometime also next year in January. We'll be doing a cosmic consciousness conference. And a lot of people are talking about cosmic consciousness. Some of them decide to join a guru in a cave and stay there in Africa or in somewhere lost in the mountain, in the Himalaya with a monk for 10 months or a year, dieting, whatever it is. And a year later, they come out of this cave more stupid than when they entered, because this is a dense physical world. This is hell. This is where you learn by feeling, by reacting, by learning, not by just being a Neptunian. And again, if you don't know what a Neptunian is, go to Dr. Turi on the right side on the top, click, and then you see what is a Neptunian. Okay, so these are Neptunians. What is cosmic consciousness? Cosmic consciousness is the awareness of God's cosmic design, or the understanding of Jesus' initial ministry. We're talking about astrology now. And then being able to decipher the code to decipher the language of the God, which is speaking to us through the sign. Okay, and in a lot of very, very intelligent, genius people, such as Einstein or Nikola Tesla, they tell you, like I tell you, imagination is pretty much what's going on in creating your reality. Or the future is nothing else than the reincarnation of your thought. That's my creation, my thoughts, my quote. But at the same time, Tesla said he knows that there is a core in the universe that gives you all the answers, but he could never enter this code. He knows it exists, but he could never enter it. Dr. Turi did. And I intend to prove it. I already proved it again today. I told you the Windows quakes at 6 or above, and who was right? You can deny it. Now, if you want to deny it, well, it is your choice. I'm not going to say you're an idiot, you're an imbecile, you're insecure, you have an inferiority complex. Decide to change course and being more positive, and I'm sure you would appreciate that. So, again, click on the link, and then we shall see you very soon. Until then, my good friend, make it a beautiful